Time's up, Admiral.
Here it comes.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
Lego Lord of the Rings Balrog raised eyebrows for what some fans say is an unfortunate pose. I see it. I see it. Oh, I see it. It's taking a piss on Gandalf.
You shall not!
Pee. And he says to her, listen, you got a fine white girl ass.
Before you go, one question.
Yes?
Where in the galaxy is Sanusi?
Show us your tits and I'll tell you.
I think I've died and gone straight to honker heaven. Boobs are amazing.
Hail and howdy, everybody in the chat, the gatekeepers. Welcome to another Daily Dive, the Double Ds, where you, the chat, the audience, are in control. You basically pave the yellow brick road, and I have to follow it wherever it may lead. But not to watching Wicked. That's not going to happen. Anyway, it is Friday. Another week is basically over. It's been a weird week. Yesterday, I said I'm going back to shorts, and wouldn't you know it, the shorts did the best out of everything I've done all week. That hurts. That hurts so much. But we're not going to stop. We got plenty of content. Today is going to be a wild and crazy day. I went to bed last night confirmed with one goof topic and one real topic. And now I wake up this morning for my stuff, unless you guys direct me in other directions, I've got news, not counting the news segment. I got 4 things I'm going to bring up today. I got 4 things that I think we'll all be engaged on. If you know, you know. And I think we're going to have a lot to talk about. And some things you will hear me discuss again later tonight on Ball Busters in a panel situation. But either way, I am in a good mood, sort of. I think I had enough sleep. I had a decent sort of okay lunch. You know, I kind of just ate what was some leftover and quickly something else threw together. Threw a little laundry in, and my rib is feeling a little bit better. It's not. It still hurts to sneeze and cough and move in certain ways. No, jerking off is not one of them. That was fine, but it's still hurting. It's going to be about probably a week or 2 before this goes away, which kind of sucks. But that doesn't mean the show ends. The show must go on. We are here to entertain. And the rules are the normal rules. The normal rules as they stand now. You know, there's always room to add more grifting. But that's only if I think you guys really want me to grift on that certain thing. $5 gets you an Adam rant on just about anything, usually pop culture related or something silly and stupid. $10, you can ask me a question. I'll tell you no lies, and we'll have a good discussion. You, me, the tree. The chat. We'll talk about things. You get your money's worth every damn time, I promise. $15 gets a hot take reaction to an article we see in the news or one you may have found you want me to react to. $20, I think everybody's personal favorite. Adam reacts to random videos we show him and usually melts down. It's a fun one. We do it all the time. And then $30 gets you chat, made me watch his reviews. We've got one coming up, Predator Badlands. I have not been able to see it yet because I'm not special and don't get access. So we're going to probably have to wait till that one until Monday, at the latest Tuesday. So that one is coming. As always, you will get your money's worth. And that'll be a somewhat relatively real review because it is something current here and now that I wouldn't have done on my own. But you guys want it. You guys get it. Anyway, so them's the rules. We're going to play by them. Listen, I am a man. Things happen. But no, I told you guys yesterday, I sneezed funny. I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics after the stream on Wednesday night, and I was kind of just not. I was slid down in the chair, and I tend because everything's facing my keyboard and everything's like when I sneeze, I tend to turn and I sneeze away from all the electronics because I don't want to spit on everything. Because a sneeze is a blast of spit usually. So I tend to turn away, and I was at a bad angle, and I had a double powerful sneeze in a row, and I cracked a rib. That's the only explanation. I hadn't done anything else. I had been sitting in this chair the whole night playing a video game for you guys on stream. That's all I've been doing. So what'd you do? What'd you do? See, I don't use dragoons. I don't like dragoons in tactics. The jump is, to me, it's a terrible mechanic in that, because if somebody moves, then you hit nothing. So I almost made a dragoon samurai, and then I elected not to. I stick to a lot more easy meat and potatoes type of things. But yeah, you whoopsied. You one shot at your white mage. For shame, Kel. For shame. Anyway, all right. Let's get into some stuff. Let's start. I got a lot to go over. You guys are here. You're ready. Your bodies are willing. At least that's the way I look at it. You're here, so that means your bodies are willing. Let's do the fun one first, or at least the fun one that I'm going to have some level of mocking towards it. Oh, if you are any veteran of this channel, I love Star Trek. It is, along with Star Wars, one of those early franchises when I was a little kid that I took an immediate liking to. I've enjoyed it ever since. I've watched it since I watched TOS, watched the movies, TNG, DS9, Voyager, Enterprise. You understand what I'm saying? I love Star Trek. You can see my TNG collection right behind me. If they had a DS9 collection, I have that. I will never own a Voyager collection, but you get what I'm saying. I love it. It is something that's important to my life. I know as much about Star Trek as I think I do about Star Wars, because I've just watched it so many times. That's the thing. It's not so much I've done research. I've just watched every main series, exception of TOS. I've only watched TOS, not even all the way through, a couple of times, just because it was on TV or it was put in front of me. But I've seen TNG easily between 15 and 20 times all the way through. DS9 between easily 10 and 15 times all the way through. Currently doing that again right now. Voyager between 5 and 10 times all the way through. Enterprise, not all the way through, just parts, because I wasn't happy with Enterprise, but I can accept some of it. And I don't watch New Trek. And the movies, I've seen all the movies over and over and over again because I've owned them or watched them or things like so. I've seen it all, and I just know things from watching it continuously for decades. Yet, I am not into collecting all things Star Trek. Just because it's a Star Trek thing doesn't mean I'm going to run out and buy it. I'd much prefer to own media and video games that are good rather than going out and buying what we call shticklock things, rando stuff, collection stuff. But I'm not knocking that. It's just not my thing. Also, as we already know, I have no room for anything. But as we know from previous discussions, I am especially not into Lego collections. It's not that I think it's childish. It's just not my thing. Because I'm not going to buy something that I'm not really going to play with or do anything with. And Lego teased it a couple months ago, and now we have the official release material, I guess, the promotional material for the first Lego Star Trek collection. And they're starting with the next generation. They're starting with the Enterprise D. Now you think, oh man, that's an easy win. I don't think so. I think there are a lot of problems with this upcoming release that'll be coming out on Black Friday. First of all, it's $400. I just paid my energy bill today. It's a $200 energy bill on average these days. This past couple of years. No, yeah, that's how I look at the world. Is this a bill? No, that's two bills. That's a bunch of bills. One of them an energy bill. So already, I could not afford this. I could not afford $400 for this. Now let's take a look at this, shall we? Let's take a look at this. We have several pictures to show us. Here's the overall picture from an aft view. You see, we'll look at the crew they're giving us in a moment. I think this is ugly as shit. I think this is supremely ugly. Lego is capable of making things look smooth, and I don't care if it's the Lego mystique of having the Lego bumps. The Lego bumps on the saucer section looks terrible. It looks like it's diseased. So I don't like the look of this D. And you could quote me that. I don't like the look of this D. And we go to the next one. Here's another angle of it. And we learn also that, and thank you, Kel, for alerting me this one. If you buy it special, you'll get a shuttlecraft with Rolaren. You get a Rolaren Lego figure to go with it. Of course, there's no room for her on the crew stand. They got room for, look at a second, you got room for somebody right here. So here's another look at it. I just don't like it. I think this is cheap and stupid to tag on the shuttlecraft as an extra gift to get Rolaren. It's a tease. Here's another look at it. There's something about it also. I mean, yeah, they're supposed to mimic the windows on the side, I think, but it just doesn't look right. There's something that doesn't look right about any of this here. Doesn't look right. And now let's take a look at the crew. Here's the crew. Actually, you know what? This is the crew. There's another one, but this is actually a better one than the one I was going to show you in the first place. So we've got Data, who has more emotion on his face than he should, being Data. Looks like he just saw a butthole he didn't want to see. And he comes with Spot. Okay, that's fine. Data comes with Spot. I think we're okay with that. You got Worf. And mind you, this is clearly season 3 and up crew based upon uniforms, hairstyles, and that kind of stuff, and ranks, even though they don't show I don't see the pips. How could you not, Lego, how could you not add the pips on the figures? Why not add the pips? Not hard. Anyway, so you got Data with more emotion than he should have. Worf holding, I think that's a phaser. Why not give him a bat lift? Why not give him a bat lift too? I think that's a fail. Got Riker and his trombone. That's okay. Deanna with her purple jumpsuit and weird hair holding a data pad. Okay. Now here's where I have beef. Here's where I have some beef. Here's Picard. First of all, if you're really going to make people pay $400, you should have an alternate torso with the captain's casual. You should have an alternate Picard uniform, the captain's casual. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. You understand. Secondly, tea, Earl Grey. All right, or a cup of Earl Grey tea. Yeah, Picard, Earl Grey tea, hot. No, if you really wanted to make this special for real Star Trek nerds, have him hold his Rassican flute. Have him holding his Rassican flute. That would mean way more to the collectors, way more to the Star Trek nerds. Yeah, am I being nitpicky? Yeah, I am. Because I think this is low energy and low rent. They're asking you for $400 and they're not even giving you the good stuff. And they're not taking it that extra step. As I said, an extra step would have been not only Picard in his Captain's Casual, how about Deanna, an alternate Deanna with her blue uniform, with her science officer uniform, or in this case, counselor officer uniform, not her purple jumpsuit. Why not that? Or, maybe alternate Worf with the alternate Worf head with ponytail. You're asking them for $400, and why not give extra pieces to customize your crew, the crew of the Enterprise D? It's little things would show me you give a damn. You got Geordi, who's just carrying an engineer's toolkit. You got Beverly, who's just carrying, I assume that's a medical tricorder. And then here's the problem. Here are the two problems that I think, why are they here? I don't care about Guinan. I do not. And Wesley Crusher. Shut up, Wesley. He's and we looked this up. That's supposed to be his portable tractor beam. It looks like he's sporting a dildo. Let's go to another picture. Let's go to another picture over here. Let's go to this one right here. If when you hold it right here, we go back to this one here. It looks like he's holding a dildo. It looks like he's holding a tractor beam dildo. And here's another look at it. Look at it here. Here's another look at it. It looks terrible. It just doesn't look good. Something about this doesn't look good. There are people who are going to buy it. I mean, we'll go back to this right here. This fool right here. I've been waiting 30 years for this. Good for you. You want to spend $400 on this? Good for you. I'd rather spend $400 on actual Star Wars media. You know, I'd rather spend $400 on a DS9 complete series. I'd rather spend $400 on things that don't look like shit. Don't look like shit. So this whole thing right here, all of this to me, this shows you, look at all this right here. It shows, I don't want to say contempt, but it shows that you didn't really think this through. And and your design of probably the most beloved version of the Enterprise right now. Personally, I like the Enterprise E a lot. The D is special, but I like the Enterprise E. But there's something about this that just looks wrong. It feels wrong. It looks wrong. And this is not worth $400. You want this? Fine. I'm not going to say don't buy it, but I sure as hell wouldn't buy this. All right. I'm done with this. Yep. There you go. Yeah, Frank, we already mentioned that. We already mentioned that the interpreter. Well, it's about the crew not having Q in there. He's a villain. He's a villain. Well, no, Q's not a villain. I know Q's not a villain. Q is an antagonist. He's not part of the crew. And there's no easy way to get there. And getting Barkley in there. Well, you know what? I'd rather have Barkley than fucking Wesley. I'd rather have Barkley in there than Wesley. It's worth it. What are you talking about? Wesley is in there. We made fun of it. Already made fun of it. I don't deserve this Lego set. Shut up. Shut up. Too soon. Not nice. Not nice. One episode. And he wasn't a member of the crew. He just made human and he requested asylum. If that's the one you're referring. If you're talking about where when he first shows up in uniform to try and say, I'm a part of the crew. I want to be a part of the crew. You need me. We're going out. The first Borg episode. Maybe. No. He's not part of the crew. He was an antagonist. He's not a villain. I spoke incorrectly there. He's not a villain. He's an antagonist. And he's not. There's no way to fit him in there, though. That's the problem. So there it is. I don't like it. I don't like it. I feel like it's cheap. It looks cheap for $400, and it looks cheap. Ooh, that water felt good after all that. I just said that. That's the one I said. I said that. Nah, he's more like seeking asylum. I wouldn't call him a crew member. He's seeking asylum. I feel like it's not a crew member. I would debate that. I would debate it hard. Anyway, all right. Let's see. I got more things here, man. I got more stuff here to talk about. You know what? Let's do the no. Actually, you know what? I better go through all my stuff first because some of this stuff is going to show up in the news. Oh my God, I know. I already freaking said it. You guys, I don't need you to quote me this. I just said it. Don't try to quote me on this shit. Don't try to gatekeep me, gatekeepers. I am the chief gatekeeper around here. All right, let's do this one. Let's do this one because this is actually a a, a sort of good news thing. Today is November 7th, which means it's N7 day for those of us who are Mass Effect fans. I tend to forget about N7 day, to be honest, because there's never any real Mass Effect news. But we do have some Mass Effect news of a sort today. And a lot of people were expecting, are they going to announce more on Mass Effect 5? I call it 4 because it's really 4. It's not 5 because Andromeda isn't 4. Again, anything so far, no, but we did get this. I have already commented repeatedly in different streams and videos about the upcoming Amazon Mass Effect TV show and how I have been essentially said, no, thank you. What are you doing? And we've listed many ways for them to avoid damaging the brand, damaging Shepard's story. And today we got confirmation. We got confirmation that maybe somebody at Amazon has a goddamn brain. What am I talking about? Mass Effect TV series won't retread Shepard's story and would be set after the original trilogy. This is, I hate to say it, but this is good news. It means there's somebody over there understands, you know what? Let's not try and retell the story of a Choices Matter game where it's your game. Let's read what BioWare had to say. We're partnering closely with Amazon on this series, and we're really excited with what the talented team over there is coming up with, Mass Effect boss Mike Gamble wrote in his blog post. The writer's room is going strong, and we've got a lot figured out about how it fits within the Mass Effect canon and where it sits in respect to the new game. The show will explore a brand new story within the universe's timeline and will be set after the original trilogy. It won't be a retread of Commander Shepard's story because, after all, that's your story, isn't it? All things aside, I feel like this is the best possible outcome we could have asked for with this series. I feel like this is the best possible thing we could get because it means they're not. I would have been okay with a prequel story to tell us some of the history, the First Contact War, maybe the war against the the war against the God, I just forgot what they're fucking called. Krogan were uplifted to fight the. I just lost it. I'm talking too much here, and I lost it. Because with an R, I'm failing. I'm losing Mass Effect nerd points. I'm losing Mass Effect nerd points right now. Oh wow, completely failed. Brain has completely shut down in the middle of this, and that's terrible. You're not Rachni. Thank you, the Rachni. This will be an edit. This is going to be an edit for the actual video. Would have been good if we'd had the actual war against the Rachni. So there are some prequel stories that could have been told that would have been good. Or even maybe a prequel story when the Reapers are wiping out the Protheans. That would have been interesting too. So it would have been a lot of good stuff. They could have done a bunch of prequel stuff. But now the fact that they're deciding to just tell a story without affecting Shepard's, your story, it's a good thing. Now, here's the problem that I may see. Here are some problems. One, they may make this homework connected to the next game, which could be a problem. It could be a problem. Because what if you're going to, I mean, if we're taking place hundreds of years after the original trilogy, Liara is still alive. Maybe several others could be alive too. But I mean, Rex and Grunt could be alive. What's the lifespan of a Turian? I don't know what the lifespan of a Turian is. I don't, off the top of my head. So I don't know. I don't know if Garrus might still be alive. Point is, some original crew members could appear. Some original Normandy crew members could appear, and that would risk a problem. Now, I get the feeling, at best, maybe you just see Liara. What I feel is they're going to tell some sort of story. Okay, now here we have a problem, though. There is a problem. If you're not going to be rehashing Shepard's story, you're going to have to still choose one of the endings of Mass Effect 3. You're going to have to choose destroy the Reapers, control the Reapers, Shepard merges with everything. That's still a bit of a problem because that still does damage your story. And now here's why. I think they're gonna make canon Shepard destroys the Reapers for the simple fact that there's no way they're gonna have an entire show where everybody's glowing green from option number 3 of merge with the Reapers and create new thing. And there's no way they choose control the Reapers and become partially indoctrinated like the anyway, you know what I'm saying. I'm losing. Mr. Mass Effect is losing names right now. Anyway, point is, there's plenty of damage to be done still with this show, but I feel like this is the best possible outcome we could have asked for in terms of the least amount of damage to the game. There still could be a couple lore problems because as I said, you're taking away your choice for the end of the game. But let's be honest, the canon choice should be destroy the Reapers. Even though you lose EDI, it is the canon. It should be the canon choice because there's no way Shepard would self-indoctrinate, and there's no way he would merge and get everybody glowing green. That was just retarded. So this is a good news, possibly troubling news situation. I will still watch this show. I will check it out. It's an easy review for me. And I wonder if this day is, by the time this day is over, we'll get any news on the next game. If we do, then that'll have to be a later discussion because as the making of this, there is no news on that. So there you go. Mass Effect TV show. Maybe not as bad as we thought it would be, but still has some questionable possibilities. Okay, we're done. Yeah, total brain meltdown there. Total brain meltdown. Just look down. Fuck you all. That's not going away for a little while, is it? I hate you. I hate every one of you. God damn it. Well, you are behaving like proper gatekeepers. I'll give you that. Oh man, that is a point. It is a point. Whoever's making the Mass Effect TV show at least understood the homework better than those who did the Halo TV show. If we're gonna do this, let's not fuck with the lore too much, and let's not do alternate timeline bullshit. No, we're gonna try and keep it locked into the actual game lore and history, and not fuck it up. Yeah. So it's not a whole lot of it could be worse. I feel like it could be worse. All right, let's see anything going on here. No, you guys don't feel like sending me money. My cracked rib continues to hurt because of that. All right, we got 2 more. You know what? I don't really have much to say on this. I'm going to save this. I'll mention it. Grand Theft Auto 6 delayed again. But I don't have personally saying it. I'm going to punt this one to Sunday for the gaming discussion on Sunday. So I'm punting that one. I do have one more major thing though, and this has appeared in the news. So this is like my real topic, not my goofy topic, not my I just found this topic. No, this is one I've planned out. We're going to discuss before we get to the news and anything else y'all may have in store for me today. All right. There is no doubt, never any doubt, that I am a fan of Square Enix. I have been playing Square Enix games since their first game, which is supposed to be their final game, Final Fantasy 1. I have been along for that ride ever since 1986. And the ups and downs, I can be as critical to Square Enix as I can be to praise. I have shat on many games. I have praised many games. I have shat on many decisions, and I have questioned many decisions. I am by no means a simp cuck fanboy of SE, but I am a fan. This holiday season, the games I'm looking to get for myself for Christmas, they're all Square Enix games. I'm looking to get 3 to 4 Square Enix games this year. Looking to get that because they're classics, remastered, reimagined, and one of them is a new one I hold over from last year that I hadn't gotten yet. Either way, I love Square Enix, but I am also critical when necessary. And yesterday, they made some announcements that I am not critical of. Because if you had been actually covering Square Enix for the past 2 years properly, instead of being a deranged chicken with your head cut off, grifter lunatic, they have been telegraphing these moves for well over a year. Even as early as May of this year, they told you exactly what they were going to be doing. What am I talking about? Yesterday, Gaming World News broke for Square Enix that Square Enix basically is firing everybody, or at least a large amount, maybe more accurate, a large amount of non-Japanese departments. Square Enix America, Square Enix Europe. A lot of you dumb MFers got fired. Why? Very simple why. Because you cost the company hundreds of millions of dollars the past few years with your horrible games and your horrible agenda-driven shit. This is good. This is good. Via public posts from former employees as well as confirmation from internal sources, IGN has learned that employees in the UK and the US are being informed of layoffs today. This was yesterday, with an unknown number of US employees being dismissed by the end of the week and a possible 137 jobs at risk in the UK. Under UK law, Square Enix must undergo redundancy consultation, see if any jobs, blah, 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 doesn't matter. All those people are being fired because they're terrible. They're terrible. They are horrible at their jobs. They've done nothing but have become localizing monsters. Same as anime industry localizers. They localize shit. They exist as influencers, as social media people, as certain types of game developers within it, certain parts of this. These are people who have no business in the gaming industry. And in Japan, at the mothership, Square Enix mothership, they've started realizing this. And they've also realized, wait a minute, you know what? Maybe we can fine-tune some of the other processes. Because another part of this yesterday was this presentation also shared a goal of having a 7% of quality assurance and debugging tasks in game development handled by AI by the end of 2027. Now, a lot of people are really crying hard over this one. Let me ask you this. Real gamers, if quality assurance across all of gaming was so great for the past decade, then how come everything needs a goddamn day one patch to fix shit? If companies were really listening and using good quality assurance, Square Enix included, how come everything needs a day one patch? This goes back to exactly what I'm saying. Artificial intelligence is a tool, and those who have been trained to use the tool will have a job to use the tool to do this shit quick. And quality of assurance means, have you found the bugs? Have you fixed the bugs? Have you fixed the shit that is breaking the game? Have you fixed an exploit? And the AI will find that. There's nothing wrong with this. It'll do it faster. You know what this means? It means the games get done faster. It means you don't have to wait for somebody who probably isn't very good at quality assurance to find things. I don't have a problem with this because this is not Skynet. It's not goddamn any of this bullshit where we signed our doom to the AI. It's just a freaking tool. And if you lost your job, it means you didn't read the tea leaves and go get training to use the tool. I'm sure every quality assistance person who knows how to use the AI tool still has a job when this rolls around. I guarantee that. And here's the thing, too. Everybody's crying about this. Oh, it's a hurt for gaming. Oh, how dare you, Square Enix? Most of those people are DEI, blue-haired, fat, window-leaking, fake gamer tourist land whales who haven't been doing the research and haven't read the writing on the wall. Let's go to this. This is from May. Square Enix midterm business plan. They told you everything they're doing. 4 strategies. 3-year reboot for long-term growth. A 3-year plan they have been enacting since last year, honestly, when they retooled and when they shut down all the horrible companies, or they didn't shut them down, they sold them to Embracer, that were making all those shit games that cost them a lot of money, like Forsaken and all that crap. Square Enix Reboot and Awakens, 3-year reboot, long-term growth plan. Enhance productivity by optimizing the development footprint in the digital entertainment segment. Well, gee, that sounds like using AI as a tool to get shit done faster. Diversify earning opportunities by strengthening customer contact points. Roll out initiatives to create additional foundational stability. Allocate capital giving consideration to balance between growth investment and shareholder returns. That means putting your money in your successful IPs that got you where you are. So we're not going to read this whole thing. It's a lot of slides, but I will point out a couple of things that are important. Here's their 3-year plan up front. Next year, pushing the shit that's good. Finish the stuff. And then plans to release multiple titles and multi-platform titles. This is what we talked about last time. They are no longer just going to be exclusive to Sony. They need to make money, so they're going to give their games to everybody. Probably a faster turnaround for PC, and we'll say lower quality versions for the Switch too, but still they're going to put them out there. Okay, 2027, Final Fantasy 4 mobile title China. Now that's 4. No, sorry, 14. Sorry, it says 14. I thought I said 4. No, it's 14. So they're increasing 14 stuff. That's good. I think we're going to get a 14 expansion next summer. I think it's going to happen. I think with everybody being refocused, they're going to do that much faster. They're going to release stuff on the Switch, and we're going to get Final Fantasy Remake Part 3. Some people are calling it Return right now. That's the fan title. Okay, title. It's an R. I'll go with it. But we're going to get a lot. They're getting ready for Final Fantasy 17. They're going to focus on Dragon Quest 12. They're going to focus on all these things, but they're going to put the games that people want into production and continue with the successful 2D HD remaster series, which I think is a great idea. Give me DQ4. Give me DQ4, my favorite. I love DQ4. That trilogy. I never actually finished that trilogy. I only played the first one because they never released them when on platform, always handheld. So, all right. I want to go to one more here just to show you that they signaled what they were doing, that they were going to consolidate their company back to Japan. Expansion into video content, theme park business development, build and expand our IP fan base globally. They are building up the actual content, but they're going to do it from Japan because you look at this right here. Diversify earnings opportunities by strengthening customer contact points. This is their manga division. So people forget that Square Enix is deeply involved in anime and manga. Where is anime and manga made? In Japan, where it belongs. Made for the Japanese people and loved by everybody else because it's good. So they showed you exactly strengthening sales overseas. That's sales. That's selling what they make overseas. That's not making it. That's selling what they make. So they showed you in this report exactly what their plans were. So this is not a surprise if you were paying attention. Now, there was some unfortunate news announced all this. During all of this, they said their demographics are skewing in the wrong direction, that their most hardcore fans are over 40. Well, that's the original fan base that grew up, and they have not been able to, how do I put this? They haven't been able to get traction with a younger generation. That's unfortunate. But you know what that probably relates to? Because they dump too much money into making shitty Western titles and not putting out their great titles, their great franchises fast enough. I guarantee DQ12 comes out, everybody's going to buy that. I'm going to buy it. That's a day one buy for me. DQ12, day one buy. Day one buy. Because I love Dragon Quest. Not as much as I love Final Fantasy, but I like Dragon Quest too. So I'm okay with most of this. Fire your DEI hires. Fire the people who ruined things on Square Enix America and Square Enix Europe because they're all shit. Rein it all in. Focus on your real titles. Keep focusing on making anime, manga, and video games in Japan because guess what? The games you make for your core audience in Japan for 40 years, the rest of the world has loved that stuff. For the past several years, the shit you made in the West has been rejected. Pretty clear what the smart business decision is. Go back to basics. You will make your money. You will ensure your fan base is happy. Very simple. And anybody that's crying over this, I'm going to go back full screen for this. Look right in the eye. I don't care. I do not care if you are upset by anything I've said in this. Because I want good games, and you should want good games too. And good games happen when they don't try to cater to the West. It's that simple. Okay, I'm done. Yeah, so there was that. Day one patches for subset and everything. This game went around my figure. Yeah. I think I don't think I'm wrong when I say that. I don't think I'm wrong when I say if quality assurance was so good, if they fixed everything with QA before, how come you need that shit? They don't. They do not. Some people, I mean, listen, I am okay with action RPGs, but we need a resurgence of JRPGs. Got to get back to it. If Final Fantasy 17 should be a full-on JRPG. It should not be an action RPG. Final Fantasy 17 should be a full-on JRPG. It should be. Should be completely that. And you're right. You're absolutely right, Kratos. All those people serve nothing. I mean, I didn't bring this up. I'm going to bring this up tonight. I saved this one for tonight. Let me bring this up here. This is one I saved for tonight for Ball Busters. Didn't have any place in what I was saying here. Let me see if we could find it. Here we go. This one's fun. Let me show you guys this one. I read if you were in Discord last night, you heard me read this with some of you. Of course, we're not in Discord last night. This guy, Sean Thomas, who clearly works for Square Enix America. Thanks to everyone who reached out. I was unaffected by today's layoffs at Square Enix, but a lot of my talented and passionate coworkers were. Let's find out who his passionate and talented coworkers were. They work in marketing, which means they're shit at their job because nobody's buying the games enough, as we learned with the demographic. Social community influencer management. That's one word. Influencer management. Look, there's no comma there. That's one word, etc. Those are the people that got fired, along with probably some of there are no developers anymore because all those subsidiary companies got sold to Embracer and others last year. So these are the people that got fired. These are the garbage people who have no business being in gaming. None whatsoever. So don't cry for me in Argentina over this shit. I have no sympathy. None of you deserve to be in games. You're tourists and fake gamers. And you helped ruin, you almost ruined one of the greatest RPG developers in gaming history with your bullshit. And Square Enix realized at the last minute when they suffered those massive losses last year, they realized at the last minute, we gotta right the ship. But what did most people do when Square Enix tried to right the ship? They were highly critical and inappropriately critical. They went after them in wrong ways. Square Enix should be praised for trying to fix their company before it goes under. Purging it of DEI, purging it of influencer management people, community moderators, and social media people and marketing people who are not good at their jobs. Purge them all. I mean, these are the people. These are the people who forced Square Enix Japan to censor Dragon Quest remake stuff. The 2DH stuff. Same people who probably forced them to censor stuff in Final Fantasy VII Remake. These are the people. And these are the people who caused all the uproar. So everybody who was critical of Square Enix during that time, these are the people who just got fired, that were probably chiefly involved with all the shit you yelled at Square Enix for. Mothership realized they had a problem, and they're dealing with it. But there won't be apologies. Of course not. Because the grifters will not apologize. They'll just find a way to try and turn this around and shit on Square Enix some more, instead of praising them for doing the right thing. That's simple. I got to blow my nose real quick. Hold on one second. Okay. That's all that I wanted to talk about. We front-loaded today, ladies. We front-loaded it today. So let's get to the news. Let's see, you guys want to do anything else yet? No. My cracked rib continues to hurt because you guys haven't sent me super chats or tips. It's okay. I'll continue to suffer the pain. Let's go through the news. See what we got. Well, we'll definitely at least break the hour today. That's for sure. All right, news segment. What do we got today? Let's get rid of that first. Okay, go away. Okay. Duffer Brothers on Stranger Things theatrical release, a dream of ours for a while. I still don't think Stranger Things in theater is going to do shit. I do not. I do not think Stranger Things in theaters will do anything of the sort. I don't think they're doing it to make money. I think it's part of the whole marketing campaign. But as I said yesterday, and we talked about this a little bit, I do not think Stranger Things has the impact it once did. I simply do not. How Neil Stephenson's Lamina 1 and Weta Workshop are using Artifact web game to launch truly new original IP, almost a post-AI mythos. I haven't heard of this. So, could be interesting. Anything with Weta makes you pay attention. Anything with Weta Workshop does make you pay attention. Jeremy Strong joins the White House Effect as executive producer. I'm sure that'll be good. No, it won't be. New Catalan titles, don't care. Brett Goldstein to play male escort in Amazon comedy series. Shrinking's Brian Galvin set as showrunner. There already was a show like that called Hung on HBO like a decade ago. And I watched a season of it because there were titties, but, it got bored quickly. Disney tells employees YouTube TV deal remains elusive. I keep laughing at that. Real Housewives don't care. That's saying Jamie Lee Curtis celebrates Election Day Democratic sweep, the repudiation of authoritative regime. Okay. Just to remember, we don't get political here, but just for a little historical reference purposes, all the states that had elections, including the retarded state I live in, they're all blue. And the one I live in, a certain section of the state is a stranglehold on the rest of the state due to those who live here. So there's no repudiation. Midterms are the only time something gets repudiated. No repudiation. It all played out exactly as it always would have. Subscribe to my channel. Make it successful so I can move. Please. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here before the escapees from New York fill up Florida. I need to get out of here. Please. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. It's been a good show today. Al Pacino metadrama Billy Knight acquired by Mise en Scene company for worldwide sales. I don't care. Golden from K-pop Teen Hunters lands Grammy nomination for Song of the Year. I can understand that. I can understand. It wasn't a song that I particularly was. It's not a song that was made for me, but I can understand why. It's not a. I'm not gonna say it's a bad song. It's got all that right catchy stuff to it. Right now, it just triggered part of it in my brain, so I can understand that. And if it wins, deservedly so. See, I could be objective. I didn't like K-pop Demon Hunters, but I could be objective. Kim Kardashian claps back at negative All-Star reviews. Have you tuned in to the most critically acclaimed show of the year? You're a dumb bitch who got famous for getting effed from behind by Ray J. And then you capitalized on that and brain rotted an entire generation of women to watch your reality bullshit. That's why you're famous. That and for your big ass. Now, would I have sex with Kim Kardashian? Probably. I am a red-blooded American straight male. She's got nice tits and a good ass and a pretty face, but still, you're an idiot. Your show is terrible. You're not a good actress. All right. Oh no, Adam objectified a woman. What will we do? Keep watching. What you gonna do? Bad Bunny makes Grammys history. Oh, please, no more of this guy. Listen. Super Bowl halftime show. If it does go through this, you thought last year was bad, and it was bad. That wasn't good last year. This one is going to make internet history and get roasted. Terribly, terribly roasted. Let me check something real quick. All right. Hold on. Did I miss something? No, I thought I missed something. Sorry, I thought I missed something. Right back here. I wish you all the best. Review. I don't care. Tribeca, I don't care. Fuck about Tribeca. Grammy. I don't care about the Grammys in general, though. I do not. Box of Predator. Badlands makes 4.8 million in it's gonna fail. Chat maybe watch us reviews. It's coming up. How 30 Rock helped Jane Krakowski and Cheyenne Jackson prepare for Broadway's Oh Mary. That was a terrible show. Did you ever watch that show? It was terrible. It wasn't funny. Horrible show. Tina Fey should go to prison for life for the murder of comedy. Tina Fey murdered comedy. She murdered comedy. She is the key instigator of killing comedy in the 2000s. She is patient zero. She is the prime suspect. Boy with pink pants. Director sets next film piercing a feminist and queer fable about women with superpowers. Okay, guys. I just want to look and see how far away is this. Hold on a second. When is this coming out? I have to know. Hold on one second. When is this coming out? Was the country's top local 24? Yeah, right. Whatever. You got to tell me when this is coming out. I need to know because I'm going to post something tonight. We might have a grift for Dermy. All right. Doesn't say when this is coming out, but if we keep an eye on this, this has to be a super chat goal for Dermy. If you guys pay him X amount, you make him watch this and review it. Dermy has to review Piercing, a feminist and queer fable about women with superpowers. No, Sarah Silverman. No. Here's why. Okay, here's why Tina Fey killed comedy, because she was in charge of the Saturday Night Live writers' room. She was in charge of being a spawn point for comedy and sending people out to do comedy. So when she was in charge of Saturday Night Live writer room, she became in charge of NBC comedy in general. And from her spawns the death of comedy. Sarah Silverman was just not funny. Yeah, now you understand what I'm saying. Sarah Silverman is just a failed comedian. Tina Fey was at the center of trying to create comedy, and she gained and garnered enough power that she wielded it to make bad movies, bad television, and bad sketch comedy for decades now. For over 20 years, she has been at the root of bad comedy. It started with her. It started on SNL. It gave her a lot of power in NBC, and it gave her more power in studios and movies and stuff like that. So just remember that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Remember, she was involved with Mean Girls. I don't care if people like Mean Girls. She is directly responsible for all that shit. 30 Rock, all of that. That's Tina Fey. She's terrible, never was funny, and has ruined comedy. So that's a hypothesis I put for you, and I think I've proven my hypothesis. I think I have. Anyway, so I don't know when it's going to happen, but piercing, a feminist and queer fable about women with superpowers. I think we make Dermy watch and review that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You think that's fun? You think that's a good one? I think that's a good one. I think we make Dermy do that. I don't care about Kristen Chenoweth and people doing stuff. BAFTA's full of shit. Don't care about this. Soundgarden, I could give a fuck about Soundgarden. Sarah's Oil review. Family-friendly drama persuasively depicts a battle for oil-rich land not far from period of killers of the Flower Moon. More gaming news. Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra canceled. Well, no, sorry, delayed, but canceled. We'll talk about more of this probably on Sunday as a gaming discussions. But I will say this. I'm going to be honest, be perfectly honest. I feel like this is nothing. Show me somebody that really cared about Rise of Hydra. The Marvel. Show me people that really are hanging their gaming day hat on this release. Nobody. There is an argument for that, but Roseanne wasn't a mogul, or she wasn't at the executive core. My whole hypothesis for Tina Fey killing comedy is that she became an executive. She became somebody with power and control to shape comedy at NBC and other Hollywood studios. Roseanne never had that kind of power. She just stopped being funny at one point. So that's why I will say Tina Fey is the reason comedy is dead, because she had power and wielded it that way to kill it. All right, so I don't think Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. I really don't think anybody is that upset. So, J Law says women directors tend to not over direct like men do. Some directors need to constantly feel like they're in control. Shut up. I will point to every single dumb woman that ruined many TV shows. It's not about being bigger. It's not about being bigger, Alec Charles Jr. It's about how much control you have for the creation. Roseanne was huge. I'm not going to deny that. But she may have been not funny. When I'm talking about the death of comedy, I'm not talking about just being not funny and getting pushed a lot. I'm talking about actively seeding comedy with unfunny people. Everybody that has grown out of Saturday Night Live for the past 20 years, they grew from the Tina Fey tree of unfunny. She's the one that writes for them. She's the one that hires them. She's the one that directs stuff at NBC for a long time with 30 Rock during that era. And then she branched out to studios to make movies because she garnered that power there. That's my theory. It's not about whether how big Roseanne was and how big an impact Roseanne had on comedy as for her own performance. I'm talking about creating a network of failed comedians. And failed actors and failed ideas. You're not wrong that Roseanne was huge in the 90s. I think we're coming at this from different perspectives and different angles. I'm looking at a more corporate, executive, creative standpoint where you're controlling things are made. You're coming at it from the fame aspect, which is not wrong. I'm just coming at it from a different angle as my thesis, hypothesis, however you want to put it, of how Tina Fey killed comedy. That's just how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it. Don't care about Spain movie. Don't care. Adam Sandler received Chairman's Award at Palm Springs International Festival. That's good. We like Adam Sandler doing good stuff. Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair trailer. Quentin Tarantino's action epic arrives in theaters. First time ever. Is anybody going to go and sit and watch Kill Bill movies for essentially 4 hours, maybe almost 5 hours? Is anybody going to do that? Anybody do that? Yes, you understand where I'm coming from now. You understand where I'm coming from. That's good. That's good. See, meet in the middle. Words are understood. It's excellent. It's good. It's good. But is anybody gonna go sit through Kill Bill, all of it? Anybody? I sure as hell ain't. I don't even want to watch those movies separately right now. I'm not doing that. AMC Networks U.S. ad sales dropped 7% quarter three. Company trims under 5% of global workforce in voluntary buyouts. Listen, I love Alexandra Daddario. She is just fantastic. It's the reason she makes it on the thumbnail. But I was not going to watch that witches show. I wasn't going to do that. I just wasn't. But listen, she's doing fine. She's got a family. Unfortunately, that means she's off the market. But hey, man can dream. Man can dream. I mean, she's my standard for beauty right now. Alexandra Daddario is my standard for beauty. That she just has that complete and total package. Face, features, the eyes, her chest, her body, her ass, her legs. She's a tall girl, and she has it all, as far as I'm concerned. She is my standard, but she's not enough for me to go watch a show. She's not enough. My simping stops at a certain point. I'm not going to waste my time with the garbage television. And AMC puts out garbage television. Let's be honest. Garbage TV. Celebrity Traders UK, why the British show's first star-studded season made for the best. I don't even know what this is. Oh, whatever. Let's go one more. Anything here? Just gonna look over quickly. Come on. Stop moving on me. No. Okay. Let's go to IGN. Take-Two CEO says our culture is extraordinary amid accusations of union busting at GTA 6 dev Rockstar Games. There's nothing wrong with union busting. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Unions suck. We just talked about the Kill Bill thing. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is coming to Switch 2 next month. Sonic fans, you okay with this? Already talked about the Mass Effect news. Already talked about that. Wait a minute. EA and BioWare remain committed to next Mass Effect game. Oh, no, this is some actual Mass Effect news. All right. There's some actual Mass Effect news. EA and BioWare remain committed to next Mass Effect game, and yes, romances will return. Now, here's the thing. Romance in Mass Effect, it literally goes both ways. You could be as gay as you want or as straight as you want. It doesn't matter. It's always been there. So go ahead. I got no problems. If people want to have scissoring effect with Liara or some other Asari, go for it. Me, I'm a straight man. Even when I played FemShep, I didn't go gay. I kept it straight because it's just the way I want to do it. All right. First trailer for upcoming Michael Jackson biopic sees major viewing numbers. Yeah, I heard it got a big viewpoints. Did that. We already talked about the TV thing right there. Already talked about that. Texas Attorney General sues Roblox, says it must do more to protect kids from sick and twisted freaks hiding behind a screen. Yes. Yes, we have covered Roblox before. That is Sex Pest Central. Sex pests populate that entire game. You know, parents, don't let your kids play Roblox. Put them in front of a real video game, you know? Put them in front of Final Fantasy Tactics Evil's Chronicles. Expedition 33, a little too young. Put them in front of Starship Troopers. Put them in front of a classic good game. Put them in front of God of War. Put them in front of something fun. Shut up. Oh, yes, I did do FemShep Garrus. I did do that. I did that romance. I did it. Because it would I wanted to see how it went. You know. Listen, you want to talk bittersweet. FemShep and Thane. That's a bittersweet romance, dude. That's a real bittersweet romance right there. That one's That one's rough. That one hit the feels. Hit the field cores. Really did. Cygames settles Uma Musume Pretty Derby lawsuit with Konami, but remains confident that no patent infringement has occurred. Oh, that's the waifu horse game, yeah, which a lot of people got into. I didn't care. Red Dead 2, now the fourth best-selling video game of all time. Yeah, something like 79 million. No, I think it's 79 million. And you guys got the news yesterday. We talked about it. Red Dead 3 on the way. Good news. Good news. I bet on Sunday, both Jed and Beardo are going to do major victory dances over that one. They're going to do big victory dances on Sunday. GTA 6 still listed for console only with no PC version in sight despite delay for 2026. Duh. I said pretty derby. Yeah, at least you're not talking about buttholes anymore. And what did I just do there? Pokemon creator told Nintendo he'd have to sell 2 copies of the game to each consumer in order to beat Super Mario. So he did. Let's be honest. All right, Nintendo guys, Pokemon sells more than Mario, yes or no? Pokemon sells more than Mario, yes or no? And you hear what you want to hear, you ball gag, Lalafell degenerate. Oh, Jed, you're here. Red Dead 3 was announced yesterday. How you feel about that? They're doing Red Dead 3. You guys can celebrate on Sunday. But no, so Pokemon, does it sell more than Mario? Nintendo guys, yes or no? I need an answer on this. I think it does. I think Pokemon sells more than Mario. I think it does. After Xbox and PlayStation price hikes, Nintendo president plays down fears of Switch 2 cost rises. Pokemon way more? I think Pokemon sells more than Mario. I do. But wait a minute. You already raised the price on the Switch 1. You already raised the price on the Switch 1. You already did it. What are you talking about? And it's right. That's just it's all corpo doublespeak. Interacts GTA 6 delay and publishers are getting stuck in. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Again, we're not going to talk about this today. We're going to talk about it more on Sunday. It's a better panel discussion just than me rambling on because I have no horse in the GTA race. But everybody said it was going to get pushed back again. This isn't a surprise. Everybody said GTA 6 was going to get pushed back. And anybody that's crying about it, I call false flag. I say that you're crying just to get attention. Every hardcore GTA person said, we're not getting this in May. We're not going to get this till the end of the year. They're going to push it back again. And lo and behold, they pushed it back. It's a day that ends in Y, a year that ends in R. So there you go. No surprises here. Now I have no horse in the race. So anyway, it's not confirmed. I thought that was confirmation. Oh, never mind. I already saw they released the first 5 minutes of New Stranger Things. Apparently, these guys were very touchy-feely at the premiere, so maybe bullying didn't happen. Everybody who spent a lot of time talking about that story, this is why I don't waste my time on bullshit stories like that, because in the end, it turns out to be bullshit. Even if it is all for the camera, for the sake of premiere, that kind of interaction at the premiere, it destroys your narrative. Don't drama farm. It's brain rot. Sony sues eBay seller over alleged counterfeit PS5 accessories, including $90 carrying case, asking for $2 million for each and every use of PlayStation trademark. I don't see anything wrong with that. You got to protect your company and your IPs. Got to protect your stuff. Mafia Old Country secures bright future, the franchise after successful launch. I've never played a Mafia game, so I have nothing to say on that. Borderlands 4 is doing terribly. That's all we need. It's doing terribly. That's all you need to know. And now we're into yesterday. IGN deals giving away Lego Game Boy. Oh, who cares? And we already talked about that. I do not think people are really caring that Rise of Hydra was delayed. I really don't. I don't care. All right, let's move on. Over here. We talked about that yesterday, and I actually said, I think moving K-pop Demon Hunter sequel to 2029 will hurt the brand. You'll lose momentum. You're gonna have the hardcores. It's still gonna do well, but you're gonna lose momentum. You're taking literally a 3-year hiatus to do this, unless you come out with something else in between, a game, something, a shorts, something. You're going to lose momentum on your IP. It's going to lose momentum. Plain and serious. Let's see. Hollywood Relables, excuse me. Colossal flop, one battle after another. It's comedy for giant PR wars. Yeah, they're trying to tell us that the chick in that movie is a breakout star, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, failure. Everybody's going crazy over the Sydney Sweeney interview. I could care less. It doesn't mean anything. Make your memes, have your fun, but I don't care. This is actual news that people are kind of washing over. I saw this last night. Comcast Universal, and at least I'll give Park Place the proper thing. They're saying correctly. It's not NBC Universal, it's Comcast Universal. They are throwing their hat into the WB sweepstakes. And some people are wetting themselves over this. Some people are wetting themselves over, oh my God, yes, we're going to get DC characters in Universal Studios. Oh my God, we're going to get... It's still Monopoly. You would have Universal Studios, another production company, another movie studio, taking Warner Brothers Studio, an old rival. No, we don't want monopolies. Monopolies are bad. Monopolies do not fix our entertainment woes. We do not need this. Keep Warner Brothers in their own thing, because as I said, Warner Brothers is the last studio standing. They're the only studio, original early 1900s studio that has not been absorbed by a corpo. I don't count Discovery. That was a merger, and Discovery was another media network. It wasn't a corporation like Amazon, like Comcast, like Skydance. Last studio standing. They're going to get bought. Unfortunately, it's going to happen. But at least, let's just say Netflix does it. At least Netflix doesn't own another studio yet. That would balance the field. Now Netflix would own a studio. Bad. Just bad all around. Monopoly's bad. Don't like this. Trash cans return to ferry boats at Walt Disney World after a major crash with streaming. I don't care. Mainstream gaming media pushes for Fortnite boycott over rumored Harry Potter collab. Yeah, good luck with that. Fortnite, it's a surprise to me. I'm surprised everybody is that excited over the Simpsons Fortnite. I would think that would fall hard, but nope. Once again, Fortnite does it again. Epic Games does it again. Maybe it's because I'm not a Fortnite guy and it doesn't resonate with me. And to me, anything Simpsons is cancer-ridden garbage. But Fortnite does it well. So you do Fortnite Harry Potter with Wizarding World landmarks on the Fortnite map with wands that are going to cast different spells. I mean, they're going to have all the spells. People running around going, Avada Kedavra, Avada Kedavra. They're all going to do that shit. They're all going to do it. Crucio. They're all going to do it. Gonna make gobs of fucking money. Gobs of money. Just they're going to take my money. Take my money now. That's what it's going to be like. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. I'm not playing either. I'm not doing either. All right, that's the news. I'm sticking to it. Let's give you guys a little bit, see if any of those articles that I didn't already touch on that you want me to go over. No, you guys just seem to want my cracked rib to keep hurting. You want my cracked rib to keep hurting, so you're not sending me money today. That's fine. I will suffer in pain. I will limp around, gasping for breath constantly because of my cracked rib, because you guys didn't send me money to help me heal. Because money helps me heal. It feeds me the nourishment that my body needs to repair my broken bone. Crack bone. Anyway. All right. Let's go over what we got for the rest of the week into the weekend. Well, if you guys decide you have any of those articles, or if you decide to make me suffer any more today. Actually, I've been making you suffer. This has been all me today. You guys just been hanging around for the ride. You guys aren't in control at all today at all. Anyway. So, what do we got? Tonight, we got Ballbusters. I don't know if we have a guest. I never know if we have a guest anymore. Dermy doesn't tell me anything. We're doing Ballbusters. We'll be talking to Square Enix stuff again. Dermy and I will have a discussion. Anybody else can jump in if they want. I'm sure Dermy will have other internet drama stuff he's going to want to talk about. I have no idea what we're doing. I don't. Tomorrow is Saturday, which means Jed and I have Saturday Night Drive-In. We'll be talking Varsity Blues, starring James Vanderbeek and John Voight, and a whipped cream bikini with Ali Larder. We'll be talking that 6 p.m. Eastern, the normal time. Then tomorrow night is Saturday Night Co-op with the boys. We're bringing it back. We haven't really done it for a while. We've all just been kind of doing our own things. But tonight we're bringing it. Tomorrow night we're bringing it back. We're killing bugs. We're going back to killing bugs. It's going to be a lot of yelling and screaming. I'm going to be issuing orders and commands, and nobody's going to listen to me. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a nightmare. Randos are going to build goddamn doors when they should be building walls. And yes, I don't want to hear the doors have more HP. Then don't leave them open. Don't leave the doors open. Stupid randos. So if you haven't reinstalled it, if you need to reinstall it, reinstall Starship Troopers. We're going back. We're going to kill some bugs. I'm going to get yelled at for being a sniper and not being there. It was July. Damn, that's been a while. It's been a while. I had to remind Dermy we were playing tomorrow night. He forgot. So he needs to reinstall it because he has an installation thing. He has several different hard drives he has to install shit on when he plays games to make sure it runs correctly or whatever. Anyway, so there'll be a few of us tomorrow night. It's going to be a good team. We'll see how many we can fill out for the unit, the entire squad. We'll see what we can do. We have fun with that one. All joking aside, we have a lot of fun playing Starship Troopers. It doesn't let us down. They don't ask us for money. The only thing they ask us for money is for glamours. They don't ask us for money for weapons. They don't ask us for money for abilities. They just give it to us. You got to earn it, though. You got to grind. We're behind on our grind. I still got to level up some stuff. I haven't played since July, obviously. So we're going to do that. I'm going to have fun tomorrow night. And when we're done with that, we'll probably play some FF14 too. We'll probably mix a little bit. Be a little bit of everything. Then let's see. Sunday, roundtable. Oh, I'm putting together a show. It feels good. We're going to talk the Warner Brothers sweepstakes. We're going to talk all the gaming news that was going on. We're going to talk other things that I can't remember at the moment because I have a list and I'm not looking at it. I bookmarked this stuff so that I remember what to do. All right, I'll go look at the bookmarks. Yeah. Oh, we got some warm up stuff. There's some warm up things like the media is still lying that Superman made money. They're still lying about that. Trying to anyway. And then when we start the next week, Monday, right back here, 1 p.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday for Daily Dive Double D's. At the same time, we will get a chat, maybe watch us reviews. If not Monday, latest Tuesday for Predator Badlands. I've been paid the money. I will deliver as promised every time. And it will be painful because I don't think I'm going to like that movie. Granted, I haven't watched a Predator movie since Alien versus Predator 1, which was bad because it was a bastardization of a good book and a good comic. To me, there are only two Predator movies, Predator 1, Predator 2. I haven't watched any other garbage. It's all shit. It's just a watering down of cool ideas into garbage. And I think Badlands will be no exception. No exception. No exception at all. All right, then. Let's see. One last look. Anything else? Nope. I get to live in pain for the rest of the day. No support. Anyway, all right, guys. Thank you guys for joining me today. It was a good show. Expect the clips and videos to come out over the next 24 hours, everything here. And we're going to have a good time. Join us tonight, Ballbusters, probably 11 p.m. Eastern over on Dermy Wormy's channel, where we will simply do our thing over there. And I'll see you guys on the next live stream in the next video. So, yeah. Thanks, One Punch Man Tolkien. Arriving right as we're done here. You guys are arriving right here at the end. That's fine. That's fine. I'd love to keep going, but I'm out of things to talk about. And you guys seem to be happy with the way the show went. You don't want to give me money, so we're not going to keep going. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm going to see you guys later. I'm now going to take it easy until I got to make dinner. So you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you tonight on Ballbusters. Till then, take it easy, guys.